Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. This week we're going to talk about saints. I wonder what comes to mind when you think of saints. Perhaps you think of this sort of thing. This is Saint Nicholas. Yes, that one. This is a famous picture though at the Council of Nicaea. And the other chap is Arius. He is a heretic. And the story goes that Saint Nicholas was so offended by the great heresies that he jumped up and slapped him in the face. He was then put in prison and stripped of his bishop's robes, but then Christ himself came, brought him out of prison and gave him back his robes. Lots of miracles associated with Saint Nicholas. Or perhaps you think more of this sort of person. This is Saint Bridget. She is a saint in Ireland, and you can notice the St. Bridget's cross in her hand. You may have even made one. The story goes that even as a child, she was so full of love and care for the poor that she used to take food from her own house and give it to the poor. And one day she took all the butter her mother had made and gave it to the poor, and her mother was furious, but then all the butter miraculously reappeared. Such was the amazing Saint Bridget that she gave everything, even though they didn't have very much at all. Or perhaps this man. This is Maximilian Kolbe. He is a more modern saint. He was a Roman Catholic priest during World War II. He was in a concentration camp when a man was pulled forward to die, and he was in tears for his poor family. And Maximilian stepped forward and says, "I'm but a humble servant of Christ. Take me instead." And he died in that man's place. If you don't know the story, go and look it up, because that wasn't quite enough. What about this man? This man's remembered on my birthday every year. This is John Wesley. He is one of the most extraordinary preachers, one of the greatest theologians in my opinion, and did such amazing things to transform the church in England, and in this picture, this is in Ireland, and across the whole wide world. And of course the Methodist Church is still standing because of the amazing work he did. But of course, John Wesley would tell you he was a Church of England man to the day he died. Well, talking of Church of England, what about this man? This, just in case you don't know, is Justin Welby. He is the Archbishop of Canterbury, as I record this at least. He's very much alive, which tends to be traditionally a problem whilst being a saint. But I'd like to say, actually, I think he is one. Still alive and kicking, loves Jesus, serves him faithfully. Extraordinary man of God. Of course, he's not always dressed quite so grandiosely. Or what about this man? See if you know who he is. Of course, the symbol behind his head may well give it away. This is Pratt. He is an actor, not always dressed quite so smart. I know him best from the Guardian of the Galaxy series, but he's done lots and lots of things. And Chris loves Jesus. He is a great follower of Jesus, and often, and you haven't got to look very far on YouTube to see a speech that he's doing at something or other, where not only does he give thanks to God, but there's a famous video where he gives advice to teens about loving God. And what about this couple? Do you know who they are? No, me neither. In the nicest way possible, to me at least, they are nobodies. They aren't celebrities, they aren't famous, they're not historically important, at least not yet. But I think that's the point. If they're followers of Jesus, these are saints, living and active in the world. Saint just means set apart, holy, someone who's devoted their life to Jesus. So, you tell me, what does a saint look like? Join us on Sunday as we explore more together.